Yes, this will be part 5 of the simulation coffee cup tutorial. And once you have everything cached, the scene cached, you'll be able to see this. Now, to actually make the cup fill all the way up, you would have to change the frames from 400 frames to 600 frames or 500 frames to have the liquid fill all the way up to the top of the cup. Now, in order to render this scene, you could go ahead and search what Cinema 4D has or have in their actual content browser. So we go to content browser, and right here I was looking at the materials. We could search for setup. Let's type setup. Let's type it. Setup. And we have light setup. So for this scene, I more like would go for let's go for a CS Kino square. And we have some lights in the scene, and it's a little dark right now. So let's go ahead and turn the intensity up. And we'll actually rotate it so we have more light coming into the scene. Okay, so for the background, you could actually find background. You could just do the same thing, window, content browser, and you could search for, let's see, back. You have backdrops here. You could click it, and you have all sorts of backdrops that you could actually use. So let's say we want any color here, like let's say this color. Double click. We'll go ahead and we'll add. Let's go ahead and add a background, and we'll add a floor. So we add the material onto the floor. Right now I have my textures turned off. I'll turn it on. And then for the background, we'll do the same thing. And now all we have to do is right click, and we'll go to Cinema 4D tags, and we go to compositing, and we'll put composite background. We'll control drag this. Let's put it to the front of it because I like things to be in order. Let's go ahead and do that, and we'll click both of these by holding shift, and we'll make sure composite background is on, and we'll go back to the material itself, and we'll actually change the projection to frontal. So now if we were to render the scene, let me go ahead and turn the intensity down a little bit. It's too bright, and probably rotate it just a little. And let's press Control R. That will render the actual scene. Right now that's what I have on right now. I have global illumination on. I have ambient occlusion on. I got an accent, by the way, so you might hear me mess up now and then. Some words I'm trying to break in my English accent. But yeah. So let's go ahead and close that. It's taking an actual while to render, which is weird. That's weird. Never did that before. I'm gonna go ahead and render, and I'm gonna do an interactive render to see if anything's going on. Okay, so for the interactive render, you won't actually see the liquid itself. So if you want to add liquid, like any material, you could actually go ahead and go to content browser, and we're gonna search for, let's see, liquid. And we have coffee right here, liquid tea. Let's use the tea. Or the liquid cola, or I'll use the coffee instead. So let's go ahead and add coffee to that scene. Now for the previous upload, I actually used the orange background. So remember, you could change the color to anything you want. Orange. Go back to content browser. You go back to back. Drop. Let's press back. Go to backdrops, and let's choose a darker orange color. And we could actually drag the color onto each section of the floor and in the background. So right now, this is all you have to do now is actually render out the scene as a JPEG. But make sure if you want it to fill all the way up, make sure to go to, if I'm not mistaken, yes, go to fluids. Actually, let me just make sure I got everything correct here. Okay, so it's the speed. Make sure you change the frame rate from 400 to 500 or 600. Change the frame rate. For the speed, you could, go ahead and mess with it on your own time and see what you got. Again, this is just a quick tip. Hope you like the tutorial. Like and subscribe. And I have a lot more interesting tutorial coming out. And see you again soon. I'm out.